Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. We start off with some big entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. Breaking today, Adele calls off all her shows at Caesars Palace just one day before her debut in Las Vegas. In a tearful video posted on Twitter, the singer blames delivery issues along with COVID cases among her crew.
I'm sorry it's so last minute. We've been awake for over 30 hours now trying to figure it out, and we've run out of time, and I'm so upset and I'm really embarrassed, and I'm so sorry to everyone that's travelled again.
Weekends with Adele was set to premiere Friday and run through April. She promises it will be rescheduled. In other top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Loved ones are pleading for help after a 22-year-old woman was killed at a Halloween party, and still no suspect. Review Journal's James Schaefer has more.
She may have been small, but she lit up a room.
Those words being used to describe the slain 22-year-old Graciela Gomez, who was a corporal in the Nevada Army National Guard. On October 31st at a house party on the 200 block of Beasley Drive near East Charleston Boulevard, Gomez was fatally shot by a stranger, and 2 other people from the party were also hospitalized.
I want our community to know who Graciela Gomez is.
Now, Gomez's loved ones and Las Vegas police are asking for the public's help in solving the slaying.
There is someone out there who knows who's responsible for it, and we've been working the last several months trying to identify a suspect. So that's why, again, I urge anybody who was at that party that has not talked with an investigator, please reach out to Homicide so we can talk with you, because you may have that little piece of the puzzle that solves this murder.
For the Las Vegas Review-Journal, I'm James Schaefer.
In other news, a court date is set for Jon Gruden's lawsuit against the NFL as the league seeks to get the case dismissed. Gruden says the NFL sought to destroy his reputation by leaking the emails that led to his resignation as head coach of the Raiders. In response, the NFL says Gruden sent similar emails to at least 7 people and, quote, he has no one to blame but himself. The league denies making the emails public. A hearing in this case is scheduled for February 23rd. Over in D.C., a bid to erase a former Nevada senator's name from a traffic circle. Legislation has been filed in the House and Senate to remove the name of Francis Newlands, a segregationist, from a fountain in the circle on the D.C.-Maryland border.
There's no stated opposition to the bills filed in the House and Senate to remove the plaque, but it still has a ways to go through committees and for approval in the House and Senate.
The National Park Service manages the fountain. In weather, we're looking at another clear night, slightly cooler than last night, with temps in the low 50s set to dip into the low 40s. On to your Friday, get ready for a breezy weekend with wind speeds close to 20 miles per hour on Friday, high of 60, low of 46 degrees. The gusts should stay in the double digits until Sunday. In health, local hospitals, like many across the country, continue to face a staffing crisis due to Omicron. Review Journal's Renee Summerhour explains what's being done. Renee?
Jen, the surge in COVID-19 infections has resulted in an increase of patients while also thinning out the ranks of hospital personnel, many of whom themselves out sick with the virus. Hospitals across the state have formally requested 1,100 reinforcements for both medical and non-medical positions to alleviate the staffing crisis. The governor's office said Tuesday the state is encouraging nursing students to become nurse apprentices and that battle-born medical corps could also be of use.
The governor's office did say that they have gotten 200 applications in the past week from prospective volunteers. So hopefully that will provide some relief.
Officials were also considering using members of the Nevada National Guard to fill in for non-medical positions. Opening new testing sites and expanding site hours has taken some of the strain off of hospitals whose emergency rooms have been flooded with people seeking testing. Jen?
In Business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. Not so great news for those looking for work. The Labor Department says jobless claims rose last week to 286,000, the highest level since mid-October. Experts say the Omicron variant is slowing down the comeback from last year's COVID recession. Plus, a new report shows former President Donald Trump has lost $600 million since leaving office, which kept him out of the Forbes list of America's richest people. But he's not exactly starving with a net worth of $2.5 billion. Trump reportedly lost most of the money due to the pandemic and the Capitol riots, which resulted in many businesses cutting ties with him.
Sports brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $100 when you sign up. As the Raiders are well into their search for the next leader of this team, interim head coach Rich Bisaccia was given the opportunity on Wednesday to state his case on why he deserves the permanent position.
So he allowed everybody to do their jobs as seamlessly as possible when Jon Gruden left. So he deserves a lot of credit for that. The question I think the Raiders have is that enough moving forward? It was enough to help stabilize things immediately and put this thing on the right path to get to the playoffs this year. But long range, I would think anyway, they're looking for something much more than that.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. UFC interim heavyweight champion Cyril Gane is a -155 favorite over UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou at the Westgate SuperBook in the main event of UFC 270 on Saturday at the Honda Center in Anaheim. Ngannou is a +135 underdog, and the total is 2.5 rounds for the heavyweight title fight.
In lifestyle news, the Thunderbirds get ready for 2022. The squadron based at Nellis Air Force Base is on a training trip in New Mexico and Arizona as they prepare for shows all across the country, starting March 19th in Phoenix, then ending in November when they'll be back home at Nellis. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.